the highest rated Super Bowls there for NBC Sports. I mean, I don't like it with being a Seahawk fan, but is that Patriots Seahawk fan where a Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl where the Patriots held on there when the Seahawks didn't give the ball to beast mode.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the most exciting games I've ever done, regular season or Super Bowl. Here you are thinking, first, Curse makes that amazing catch, gets him down there, then Marshawn to the one. So, okay, now I'm thinking, hey, will New England have enough time just to get the ball back and try to kick a field goal?
Right.
And of course, Malcolm Butler showed up and broke your heart and broke all the hearts of the good folks from Seattle. But yeah, I mean, I did that one. I did that Pittsburgh, Arizona Super Bowl with the James Harrison play at the end of the half, then Santonio Holmes at the end of the game, and Larry Fitzgerald's crazy fourth quarter. I did the Giants beating the Patriots the second time.
Right.
The Eagles beating the Patriots with Nick Foles having an amazing day. And then a couple years ago, Aaron Donald kind of single-handedly, sealing the deal for the Rams there at the end. So I've been so fortunate with the Super Bowls I've been able to be a part of.
Yes, and then also you've, not only with your experience, you've seen the growth here with technology, but there with covering football. I mean, being involved here with the institution of Skycam and the first and 10 highlight there on the screen, just the different technology growth there with covering the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, my first game was 1990. My last game was, this past January. So that's a lot of time. That's 33 years of covering games. And, the technology and, the big winners with technology are the fans, the viewers. You get to see the game, you get to enjoy it better, you get to see it more clearly. The first and 10 line, some really smart folks from Silicon Valley came to ESPN with this idea, and we were fortunate to be the first ones to sign on and implement it. That was huge. I mean, you can't really watch football anymore without the first and 10 line. So that's the beauty of doing when you have a job like mine, you get presented a lot of ideas, and then you get to kind of think on your own and say, hey, what would I like to see if I were sitting home on Sunday afternoon or Sunday night, to make this more enjoyable.
Right. And also with being at NBC, you also involved here with Thursday Night Football there with the NFL Network, but then also with the institution of TNF going to Amazon.
Yeah, that was, that was something that I was really itching to try to be a part of.
Right.
Obviously it was a different platform. It's not broadcast television. It's not cable television. It's streaming. And the folks at Amazon were outstanding to work with. They understood that we had an experience and an expertise that they did not have at this particular time, and really allowed us to create a show and produce a show. Obviously we had Al Michaels, as we were talking about before. It doesn't get any better than that.
Right.
Herb Street came over, and I had a new director, Pierre Musa, who was just outstanding.
Right.
I think for the first time, people, for a first run, I'm sure there were people a little bit concerned. Hey, what's it going to be like on Amazon? And I think people said, hey, look, they've got they've got experienced professionals in here, and it was football the way they're accustomed to seeing it.
Yes, and I think with Sunday Night Football and other pre-games being at the site, I mean, I know that Amazon's pregame pregame show ended up pre and post game show ended up being there at the game site.
Yeah, and on a Thursday night, it makes a ton of sense because there are no other games that day. You're the only game that night. And, the people that we hired at Amazon to do the pregame show, with the exception of Tony Gonzalez, all had just retired. Sherman, Whitworth, Ryan Fitzpatrick. And, what that really gives you is a very tight connection to the players that are now playing because they were just playing against them last year.
Right.
So there's great familiarity. There's obviously mutual respect, and having our crew on site, I thought really kind of made it more fun for the viewer too, because you got to feel that connection.
Right. Yes. And with the host, being Carissa Thompson, I mean, there's experienced broadcaster, with her resume.
And Carissa's a great teammate. I mean, she was outside of Tony. She was working with a lot of rookies. They were all rookies.
Right.
So they'd never been through this before, and they didn't really know what to expect. And she was able to be like their rock. They knew that she was not going to hang them out to dry anywhere, that she was always going to protect them and put them in the best possible light. And can't really say enough nice things about Carissa and how well she did last year.
Right. So let's see. I know with being with your career, you've also had experience with covering the Olympics.
Yeah, that's been a while, though. I haven't done the Olympics since London in 2012. Obviously, NBC is the home of the Olympics.
Right.
But I don't see myself, unfortunately, being a part of the Olympic movement again. But in 2010, I did the Winter Games in Vancouver, and I was the producer of short track speed skating with Apollo Ono.
Right.
That was great fun. And then I did the closing ceremony, and then I did the close. All I did in London was the closing ceremony, which turned out to be like a British, like a tour through British rock and pop music with the Who, Annie Lennox, Queen, you name the British band, they were pretty much there that night, and that was a great time.
Yes, and so thanks again for coming on, Fred. And let's see, what's going to be football season here this year for you?
Well, I'm still with NBC and I'm still with Amazon, so I'm going to be the executive producer of Sunday night and Thursday night.
Okay.
I won't be traveling to the games most likely. I'll probably go to a few Thursdays, but I'll be sitting in the studio and, offering any help I can provide to my two successors are outstanding producers. Right. They're not going to need a lot of my help, but in the event that they do, I'll be there to answer their questions and help with their planning.
Right. Yes. And I did see that in a few years ago that the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2017 ended up having a display there of Sunday Night Football here with y'all's success.
Yeah, that's real. I tell you, I have to really credit somebody on our communications team at NBC, Dan Masonson, who talked to the NFL, talked to the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. Right. Hey, at that point we had just broken the record. I think at that point we would have been the number one show for 7 straight years. That broke American Idol's record. And he kind of suggested to them, hey, maybe we should do a Hall of Fame display. And, that day there was a nice presentation. You never think you get into television, you're going to end up, being a part of something like that. So that was very special, Mark.
Right. Well, hey, Fred, appreciate your time. And I know that my wife and I, we definitely, followed TNF there on Amazon and definitely look forward here to Sunday Night Football and all the fans. Let's see, with today being May 8th, we should find out here the TNF and the SNF schedule here just a few days on May 11th.
Well, listen, Rags, I really enjoyed being a part of it, and I hope you have a great football season.
All right. Well, thanks. Well, hey, fans, that's a wrap here. And we today's guest was Fred Gaudelli. And thanks again, Fred, for your time.
Anytime.